We have a very successful podcast. We make about $1 million a year off my podcast alone. So I decided we need to break the podcast up. Okay, so I'm gonna take my half of that money, and it's called the RSF feed or RSV feed, or I don't know, some kind of feed it's called, whatever. Anyway, they said, how do you wanna do this? Do you wanna hand over the feed? Yours is worth about $500,000. So I go, okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hand her over the feed, and I don't wanna hear about the house payment anymore.
Brittany and I have a very successful podcast. We make a lot of money on it, a lot. I talked to my manager, and she just gets the full amount until we pay off what needs to be paid off.
Yep, never did it. We had to split it all the way up until the podcast contract was up, and then I took over the contract completely, and now he's taking the longest time ever to sign over the RSS feed, because it's worth a lot of money. And he is just holding it over my head, every little thing I do. Oh, if you don't let me see Cruz, if you don't let me spend time with you on Easter, I'm not gonna sign the RSS feed over. Like, literally holds it over my head. And I deserve it because I put in much more work for it. The whole concept was always mine.
He's not even done the podcast.
No, he hasn't done the podcast in like 2 or 3 months.
And I like literally basically just interviewed him, you know, like he never like wrote questions. He didn't do anything like that whenever we did it together. And after all the extra money I have to pay, my mortgage used to be around $8,000. I pay $18,000 now
because of his taxes.
Like, I don't know why he's trying to fight me on it. It's just ridiculous.
Brittany brought up the RSS feed too. Have you handed that over to her? Have
Yeah,
you
I had to
that?
sign the paperwork for it. We just had to wait till the contracts rolling up. But yeah, I handed it over to her because, like I said, it's worth a lot of money. So handing her that feed, clean slate now. We're even.
So he gets to walk away with not even dealing with his own tax that she's taking on?
He's trying to argue that you'll get all the money whenever you sell the house. And I'm like, cool, well, I don't want to sell the house, but I'm also paying $10,000 a month. That's gonna add up over the years. Do you know what I mean? Like, how much am I actually gonna make? I put $250 down on the house, like, what am I gonna make back over all this time? Like, it's not really fair. And I'll only make whatever is left over after his taxes. So I'm screwed either way, and he doesn't realize that.
The house is going to her. I gave it to her fully. It's gonna go in her name. The mortgage has been paid off. I paid it off while I was in rehab. I wrote him a check. The goal here is obviously to hand her over the house. My son loves that house. He loves the pool, he loves the backyard, and Brittany loves the house too. I'm not an awful person. I don't want to disrupt Brittany and Cruz's life. I started my new podcast. I'm happy. I've been now on my own now for a month. She's got the old podcast. She's getting the portion that I got on that podcast. I know my podcast is gonna be successful. I know that, and it is. So I was okay with handing her over. I'll work hard and I'll start over from scratch. Not a big deal.
Janet, you have been a ass friend. You are a vibe killer. You're exhausting. You give parent energy, and I'm done with it.
I concur.
What a monologue, honestly. Good job, Jasmine.
Oh, I'm so glad I wasn't there.
I am so mad that I was.
We're done. We're done. It's not even about that. Jason, shut up. I didn't make up this. What happened? There's a lot of people.
This is the fakest, most stupid. I've looked out for you. I've looked out for you forever.
I'm not talking about you.
I've always looked at you like a sister. You've broken my heart.
What a friend. Yeah, what a great friend.
When that all came out and Jasmine was like just looking at her with such like contempt, that's when I flipped because I'm like, this is such a 180 from the Jasmine that I know, and like Janet and I have zero idea what Janet ever did to Jasmine to piss her off so much, honestly.
Well, after we left Brittany's shark party, I'm thinking everything's fine, we're all like moving forward. And then all of a sudden I get a text later that night, her just rage texting me, you know, this is unacceptable. People warned me basically of me, just going off. And I'm like, you can pick up the phone and call me, how about that? But she didn't. And that pissed me off because it was like, where's this coming from? So I think I was just upset that like she was just kind of like doing the same soul-sucking energy thing, and I just couldn't take it. But at the beach, I said, F it. She wanna have that energy, let's go, because I'm not gonna hold back anymore.
When we're standing at the beach, from my perspective, this is my friend Jasmine who made a mistake and told Kristen some bull when she was mad at me. It's like, of course, if I hear that you're starting a rumor about my husband, I'm gonna have some questions. I thought it was gonna be a conversation of her being like, I didn't say that, or this was misconstrued, or as Jax say, misconstrued.
You know, I think sometimes things can be misconstrued.
But like, Jasmine immediately to pop off on me, I'm like, you started a rumor about my husband, supposedly, according to Kristen. For her to just all of a sudden turn on me and be like, you're a vibe killer, you're a Karen, you're all this. Since when? It was hurtful. I got in the car and cried.
There was still some stuff going on lingering from the last season because she was so upset about the Minion thing.
Now we have Harriet the spy reporting back to her. If Janet put Simon up to this, that's messy as hell.
And that really upset her. I mean, really upset her. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, she's merely making me feel like I did something like really wrong. So our friendship was still, it's been rocky since then.
When did the tension between you and Janet start?
When she moved.
To move
because
to the
that's
valley.
what I noticed it too for me. She started having like people over at things and I would see, everyone's doing a game and I'm like, what the hell? Why didn't I get invites? I'm like, Janet, I would literally text her. I'm like, so having people over and then get invites. She's like, oh my God, I didn't realize. And I'm like, oh, but we're so close. It's
But
like,
Katie Maloney's there.
But then it's
and
like, she picks and chooses like who's
Ariana.
important, I think, at
Yeah.
the time, like who's better. And I'm like, okay, noted. And so that's when I say you've been a bad friend. Yeah, she has been a bad friend to me.
Jasmine's been one of my greatest friends, like, for a very long time.
You recommended her for the show.
We'd all like hang out in West Hollywood together and stuff and like go out. She was one of the few people we like hung out with during the pandemic often. It's like she was a friend. Is still a friend. It's not like I consider her an enemy or not a friend still. It's just like our relationship is definitely not the same as it was.
Jasmine and I are good friends. Like, a month ago, she came down to my desert house and spent the 4th of July with our
All of
whole
us and
family.
our-
And our kids and everything. Stayed at my home down there.
But you were cautious. Like
Yeah,
you were
I'm
like,
like, yes, I was very cautious because I know our friendship wasn't where it, used to be. But I was like, I'm just gonna go because I want to hang out with my friends and just see what happens. I do like Janet. I wish I can get back to where we were used to be. I don't know if we'll ever will because I think the Janet I see now is not the Janet like I knew before and that I loved. I love Jason. Like that's honestly, I have a lot of respect for him. It was just more like her, like what she was saying was pissing me off. Melissa's not here. We're not doing this right now, okay? They're so lucky she wasn't there.
They're so lucky I wasn't there.
Brittany's wedding ring and engagement ring are missing. She doesn't know
Still?
where they are. I think still.
No, they're still.
What?
My wedding ring and my wedding bands are missing. They're not in the safe. They're nowhere in the house. Nothing. Don't know where they. Yeah. Don't know where they are.
I have it.
Does she know you have it?
Yeah,
I've not seen it. I don't know where it is. He says it's in a safe. I don't know though.
it's in my safe.
Really?
Yeah,
What's the plan for it?
a trust for Cruz.
And you guys agree on the plan for it?
Yeah,
I told him that I wanted to keep it so that I could either put the money in an account for Cruz, or if Cruz wants to get married one day, he can use the ring.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I wanted it for. It's not like I was gonna like wear it or sell it or anything.
What are the chances he's sold it?
Very high chances that he sold it.
So you haven't pawned it yet?
not yet. I thought about it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about it.
I check his eBay page on a regular basis. The rings have not been on eBay.
Unfortunately, so Kyle Chan, as everybody knows, right? I said, Kyle, how do I go about this? Because Kyle's the one that sold me the ring, designed the ring, and I kind of wanted it to go back to him somehow and like him figure all this out. And he said, well, Jax, the diamond market's not as like it used to be. So I suggest holding on to it right now for as long as you can till they figure it out. But now, because I don't know much about diamonds, but now they're growing them or some I don't know.
I still don't understand this because I've talked to a million lawyers that tell me a ring is a gift in California, an engagement ring.
It's a gift, what? I have to give it to her?
Yeah.
It's in the safe. It's safe there. No pun intended. The only thing we're trying to figure out is Cruzy's, the visitation, or not visitation, what do you call it?
Schedule.
Schedule. Cruzy's schedule. That's it.
So I'm just gonna tell all of his, I don't even care. I asked him to give me $5,000 because I literally pay for everything, always. Not only the extra $10,000 for his taxes, for everything Cruz does and everything else. And I asked him for $5,000. I was very stern about it. I was like, you need to at least give me something. I said it needs to at least be $5,000. And he wrote me a check for $3,000 and said, I'll get the rest soon. And I'm like, where is all your money?
We've been separated for a year and a half. I've given her tons and tons of money. Probably around, I would say, between $25,000 and $30,000 this year, which is a lot of money.
Over the years, you're not smart with your money and you don't have someone really monitoring it. I mean, people blow through millions of dollars, no problem, and he certainly wasn't seeing
But he's always
that kind
been
of
so
money.
tight, though. Like, even like with me, like our bank accounts were always separate. We were spending too much on clothes or shoes or whatever. Like, he would always like be on me about that stuff. So
But he was on you for what you were spending.
Yes, yeah.
Not what he was spending.
Yeah. And then he started selling all that stuff on eBay and doing all that stuff. So I'm just like wondering, like, where did everything go? He is pretty whipped.
He's so whipped, I know he's not doing shit. No.
Correct. Another thing that maybe the internet might say.
I haven't seen signs that he isn't.
I hope so. They're married.
I appreciate that because he takes up for his wife, and like that's what you should do as a husband.
I'm whipped. I mean, if being whipped is prioritizing my wife's feeling over mine because I can probably regulate them better, I'm whipped.
I'm whipped too.
What's wrong with that?
I
think that's a good
Shouldn't
thing.
you be with
you
your
want your
partner?
husband whipped on you.
I'm sure from the outside it does look like I'm the stronger person and then I call the shots. Really, behind the scenes, I consult Jason with everything. I trust his opinion.
You should be protecting each other and have each other's backs. The only difference is Luke does not let me get away with a damn thing at home. Like, it is always addressed. And I do not think that Janet and Jason have that.
He also will tell Janet when she's wrong. Like, I've heard him tell her many times whenever she has wrong or talked over him or something like that.
I wouldn't have apologized to Kristen at the white party if it weren't for Jason saying, like, you shouldn't have roped her in with this.
Like, I remember one time we were in my pool house, and she kept, like, talking over him, and he was like, and very calmly, he was just like, Janet, you said that you were gonna let me talk a little bit more. She was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, that was so cute.
I mean, my thought is like, if someone says you're whipped, they're not implying that you're a good husband. They're implying that you have no backbone. So it's not just the word, it's like the implication that I object to.
I'm a strong personality, I know that. Jason loves that. Ask Jason if he likes being with a strong woman or a weak woman.
She's a strong person. I'm proud of her that she stands up for herself. I saw a meme once, and it's like, every guy who's a little more passive needs a wife who's gonna tell the waiter that the meatloaf is cold. You know what I mean? Janet doesn't let stuff slide where I would let stuff slide. And I don't think that should be looked at as a negative thing.
I think she's also whipped though. Like she knows what she has with Jason and he knows what he has with her.
Yeah.
I think they have a very beautiful, healthy marriage.
I think so too.
And everyone knows, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason's whipped and I'm whipped. And I think that that's what a good marriage means.